So the great Almanzor has been retired. I don't suppose that's the biggest surprise to anybody given his performance last week here in Deauville in the Prix Gontaut-Biron, only a dead heat for fifth. But even on that day, a day of great disappointment for all his connections, his trainer Jean-Claude Rouget made it clear that we should all remember the good times, and what good times they were. 3 Group 1s in 2016, an unexpected, thrilling victory in the Prix du Jockey Club. Jean-Bernard Echiem rode him on that occasion, and he actually had to keep dabbing the brakes, he was going so well. Round the inside, the whole way around Chantilly's long home turn. He waited and waited before he pulled him out into the straight. He was going that well, and he surged clear to beat Zarak. In between his next Group 1 performance, he then came here as well for a little warm-up on the same day as the Gontaut-Biron, but 12 months ago in the Guillaume de Narno, beat Zarak again as easy as you like. Really, really good horses in behind like Tarif, absolutely beaten out of sight, virtually without coming out third gear. And then that most marvellous day at Leopardstown. Jean-Claude Rouget last week described it as the best field he'd ever seen assembled in his career, and he literally took them apart. Christophe Soumillon was 11th, that's 11th out of 12, turning for home. 2 furlongs out, he still had 10 top-class thoroughbreds in front of him, and he came surging down the outer side. Almanzor beating the subsequent Arc winner Found. Minding was behind him. Harzan, the Derby winner. They go on. Highland Reel, just top-class horses made to look very, very ordinary. There was a very strange turn of events after that, in that with stablemate La Cressonnière ruled out of the Arc, you then had a French racehorse trainer in Rouget, who's not indifferent to the Arc, but believes the British Champion Stakes just as exciting a plan to go for, and all the British press trying to persuade him to run in the Arc. He stuck to his guns. He's a man who likes a plan, and he was fully vindicated. First of all, he had the benefit of Found going and winning the Arc, which just boosted Almanzor's profile. And then Almanzor went to Ascot and beat Aidan O'Brien's Arc winning filly again. It was another sublime performance. 3 top-class Group 1 performances. Amazingly, he wasn't actually crowned European Horse of the Year, but he was the champion 3-year-old colt at the end of the year, and he was as exciting a prospect staying in training this year as you could possibly find. It hasn't gone right this year for all kinds of reasons. The virus in Rouget's yard in April hit the barn he stays in. We're lucky he's still with us in some senses, and then after that he had a setback, and the calendar got pushed back further and further. He missed the chance to run in any of the 4-year-old and above races. They're not easy races, but a race like the Prix d'Espagne or the Prince of Wales Stakes, all on level weights, not giving away weight to talented 3-year-olds. And it then just became a real rush. He had a warm-up gallop in public at Clairefontaine in July, where he looked really, really rusty. Things have gone better since then. He'd been training well with stablemate Bramto here in Deauville, but when push came to shove, he wasn't properly fit, he wasn't properly wound up, and time has run out. There is no way of getting him to the Arc in any semblance of a chance of showing what he can properly do. And so connections have probably wisely decided to try and leave us with those memories from last year. He'll go off to stud now. He's missed the chance to cover any Northern Hemisphere and most of the Southern Hemisphere covering season this year, so he'll be fresh at stud next year. In a slight twist of fate, his breeders, Aran Detram, presented a full brother by Wootton Bassett here at the sales yesterday, and when the bidding stopped at $500,000, they decided they would keep him. Maybe that was a factor in the decision both at the sales and also to retire Almanzor. But we have fantastic memories of him. He was top class on his day, the beau ideal of a French racehorse in the way that he deployed that blistering turn of foot coming from last to first, and we can look forward to seeing his offspring in the future, but certainly we'll be watching those videos back for many, many years to come.